Yo, yo.
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
I just saw your Spider-Man little 15-second video thingy pop up.
Oh, yeah, my little drawing.
I was like, what? He's going to go see Spider-Man right now? What? So you saw it, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I don't know if my buddy's going to make it. Bam is right now missing in action, so I'm assuming he fell asleep. It's not the first time he does it.
It's all good. We could just coast on whatever we could put together.
Dude gets up at 4 a.m. every day, so.
Oh, shit.
So, it's going to be me and Victor for a little while. I don't know how much time you got. Whatever you got is cool.
No, I'm good for a while.
So, good evening, everyone. So, let's start off with that. Without spoiling it, I'm hearing good things about Spider-Man.
It's amazing. Like, that's all I'm going to say. It's amazing.
Yeah? Hey, Carol. So is that on one of those HBO and the movies deal, or just at the movies?
Straight movie theater. Sony still has distribution rights, so they're strictly movie theaters right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging that HBO movie theater.
Yeah, all the Warner Brothers are going HBO. I think Paramount has their own platform. Sony still hasn't done anything like that, so we'll see what happens. But I do like that.
The one I want to watch, it looks real good, is the James Bond flick.
Yeah, I'm not a huge James Bond fan. I enjoy the movies, but I don't go out of my way to watch them. Like, I'll wait probably a while before I see that one.
Yeah, I wasn't real big on James Bond. I mean, I liked it when Roger Moore was James Bond many years ago, 80s.
Yeah.
And then they had a little while with that other dude. Man, I can't even remember his name. Was it Pierce Brosnan? Was he James Bond?
Pierce Brosnan was 90s Bond.
Was there somebody before him or after him? I can't remember.
I know there was.
Anyway, I was not a fan of Pierce Brosnan. I mean, he's a right actor. I just not a fan of his as James Bond. And then this dude, what's his name? Oh, damn it.
I know one of the James Bond actors recently died. It was
Oh yeah, it was the Welsh guy.
Yeah.
Sean Connery is the guy that passed away.
Between Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan, it was Timothy Dalton.
That's who it is. Yeah, not a fan of that guy.
Really?
And maybe they were changing James Bond too much, too often.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the best James Bond movies, but I like him as an actor. Like, I like other things that he's been in.
That's right, Sean Connery. Have you seen any of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies?
Yeah, I've seen. I think it was only the first two. What was it? Spectre and Quantum Solace. I think those are the only two I've seen.
Oh, you haven't seen Skyfall?
No, or Casino Royale. Yeah, like I said, I don't go after the James Bond movies. Like, if they're on, I'll watch them, but like I don't really follow them as much as like the Marvel stuff or
Skyfall was really good.
And I've heard that. I've heard that might be one of his best ones.
Yeah, that was a soundtrack. Well, I don't know if it was a soundtrack, but she was on the soundtrack. Adele did the main song for that, the opening song for that.
Yeah.
I think she got a Grammy or at least a Grammy nomination. Anyway, and then the other one you said, Spectre. That's the one where they did the whole Mexico Day of the Dead thing right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was good too. A lot of action.
I think that was that one. No, pretty good though. I'm sure I'll get around to watching them.
What I can't get into is these Avenger superhero movies, the whole Suicide Squad and all that stuff. I tried.
I live for comic book movies. I grew up on comic books and the cartoons and stuff like that. That's my thing.
I tried. I don't know what it is, and I like action. I generally like, comic, Marvel or whatever kind of stuff. But that, I don't know, something about Suicide Squad just didn't. I don't know.
I thought it was good. I loved it. The thing with Marvel movies, what I like about the Marvel movies so much, like this whole MCU that they have going on, is they're just taking stories from the comic books. So like stories that I read, like Infinity Gauntlet, that was I think in '91, and I have the first run of like all that. So to finally see what you were reading on pages, like in the live action, it's really neat to see like how my imagination goes compared to what they're able to do in the movies.
Huh. Interesting. I think let's see, didn't they come out with another oh my god, what's that the Hardy character movie, Venom?
Yeah,
there's another Venom out there now, right? A new one.
Yeah, Let There Be Carnage, that's the second one.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Any good?
The average movie goer will enjoy it as like a popcorn flick. Me, I'm a huge Carnage fan. It was something that I never thought they'd be able to do, since the Carnage character is a very violent, like sadistic killer. I knew they couldn't really do that since they're trying to get that PG-13 rating, so I was a little disappointed in that. But just seeing Carnage live looked great. It's something that I've wanted since I was, in elementary school, to see Carnage in a movie. So it was a nice balance. Like, I was disappointed that I didn't get to see him slaughter people and just bathe in blood, but it was still nice to see him.
Talking about high school and Carnage in movies, what was big? Well, at least during my early high school years, was Faces of Death.
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen that, the first one, the main one, the original Face of Death?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And then I was heartbroken to find out some of that stuff was either fake
and staged.
Or it was aftermath. Like cameras rolled up and you see what happened. You didn't see the actual shooting or this and that or the murder or whatever. But the thing that traumatized me from that movie was when they took that monkey and they had his brain. Yeah, his brains for lunch.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
I hope that wasn't true, and I still don't know if that's true. I think
that was one of the ones that was. I think last time I went down a dark rabbit hole, I think there was a discussion on that, and that wasn't faked.
Oh man. And they showed suicides and.
Well, I don't know if you ever visited the old website. Like this was, early internet, rotten.com.
Oh my goodness! I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember rotten.com. It's pretty bad. I was way too young to be anywhere near that, but that was like my early internet.
I wonder if that page is still around. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm not gonna show anything from it, but
it's probably been purchased and like now has something else.
Rotten.com, for those of you who don't know, was a place you can go. Yeah, it's taking forever to pull up. It's probably not there. And they would show all kind of savage and accident, like crime scene photos and video, or photos of like right when the accident happened, you see mangled bodies and brains all over the place, and
Oh yeah, it shut down in 2012.
yeah,
But I mean, from 1996 to 2012, that's a really long run, and for a shock site like that.
Bam, sure, that's right. Yeah, that's not Bam. In case you didn't notice, Bam is probably knocked out dreaming. But Victor said you hang out with us for a while.
Yeah, it's a nice Saturday night. Finished my Christmas shopping. I got to see Spider-Man, and now I'm just relaxing at home.
Are you supposed to get cold out tonight or tomorrow morning or something like that? We're getting another cold front.
It already started.
Yeah.
I want to say around 6 o'clock it dropped at least 8 degrees within 10 minutes. The wind picked up, so I was feeling it in McAllen.
Oh damn! So it is, I guess, getting here soon.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to talk about, and I know you were not aware of it or hadn't heard too much about it, is the case of, his name is Rogel Aguilera Mederos.
Yeah. I didn't know the name, but as soon as I Googled it, I saw what the story was, and I was like, okay, yeah, I haven't been following, but I've been reading like little things here and there.
Yeah, he's that truck driver, young kid. You know, I don't recall how old he is. I'm looking real quick. 24. No, that's the guy who killed. Anyway, I'll look up how old he is. He's young. I believe he's in his very young 20s.
Yeah.
And he was driving a truck, and the brakes failed, and it was coming down a mountain, down a hill in Colorado, and that's a bad time to lose your brakes. And lost control of the thing and ended up crashing a bunch of cars in Colorado. Anyway, so it was a mistake. So an accident. But they charged him with 27 counts of all kind of murder and manslaughter and all that. And they gave him 100 and what did they give him? 110 years.
I think it was 121.
Oh, they topped it off at 121 now?
I think so.
Let's see. Unless they change it, but it's showing here 110 years. Whatever, even if it's 121, it's like ridiculous.
I mean, it's still over 100 years.
I mean, there's child molesters and murderers that get less time than that.
Yeah.
Talk about the punishment not fitting the crime. And so there was a petition going around. I signed it, trying to get his sentence reduced, the time served, and it was an accident. And the company that he worked for, the trucking company he worked for, had a crappy maintenance record.
Yeah,
and they went out of business. They shut down, and they pretty much left this kid to fight this on his own. So that really sucks. If you guys see that petition going around,
I think it's at 3 million already. Last I checked.
Yeah,
and it was like 3.2 maybe. But I like using Reddit a lot, and I know it's not always the best source of information, but I like it because it's people just talking and discussing things. Yeah. There is a thread on there that I was reading a little bit before the show, where there's some truck drivers, experienced truck drivers, that say that he was very unexperienced, and what happened was a result of him panicking because that they've driven down that same area, so they're familiar with how the road is.
Yeah.
And based on the information from the court, that he was going, I think, 80 miles per hour.
Oh.
That it was flat surface, and then with the climate of, I think it was Denver, Colorado, that he should have never gone above a certain mile per hour.
Huh.
But the fact that he was caught going over 80 shows that he had to have been going actually faster than 80 when he first realized that the brakes weren't working. So that's just showing that he was being reckless. Like, if the brakes weren't working, that 80 miles per hour hit when he started the accidents means he had to have been going at least, 90, maybe even 100. And that sounds crazy, driving a big truck going over like 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So they're saying like it's sad, it's unfortunate that he got that life, but that he was that he should have been trained more, and maybe that doesn't really fall on him. Maybe that falls on the people who, licensed him and everything like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it should be common knowledge, like not to be speeding in a snowy, wet, flat surface like that when you're hauling tons and
Yeah.
tons of stuff. So like that's something I want to look into more, like just for myself to see, like, okay, how is it really over there?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you know that road, okay, so like airplane pilots, airline pilots, there are some airports that pilots have to train for before they can land at that airport. There's a real shady way of coming in, and like Colombia's got a notorious one. You're coming down literally like along a mountain, and you got to turn, and
Mm-hmm.
not everybody can do it. Like your first time out, you get your pilot's license, and you can't just do it. The airline has to train you on it because it's sketchy. So I don't know, knowing how bad this notorious pitch or coming down the mountain is, I would suppose, well, you're not going to send a rookie over there, right? And hey, you know what, you take this job, and at least not alone. Maybe if he's a rookie.
Yeah, what I think we're gonna see as a result is they're gonna change the way these truckers are trained. Because I mean, here in the valley, you could get your license to drive these units, but you're only going to be used to this terrain. Like, what happens when you go up north? What happens when you have to deal with different climates and stuff like that? Like, I'm not trained for that. Like, I wouldn't have any idea what to do in a snowy climate driving a huge truck like this.
Yeah, snow. Imagine just snow and ice.
Yeah,
I mean, remember that last year, that multi-car pileup on the ice in Dallas?
yeah,
Hey, Nadia, that was bad. I mean, that was the state or the county. Not they should have shut that piece of road. They should have closed it,
yeah.
because once you started going up on it, you're screwed. There was nothing you can do and then you get to the top, and then you're on your way down. It was like an overpass part. It went over an exit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you started going up there, it was too late already. So they should have shut that down. That was horrible. I don't know if you remember seeing all those.
Hey, Isabel.
Hi,
Yeah, I
Isabel.
remember seeing the videos like once they started, like right after the accident. I remember seeing some of them, and that's crazy. But I think they need to maybe do it like region based. Like if you're a trucker from Texas, like you can only be in this region unless you get certified to be up north, be out in the west. But like you yourself would have to go and get these certifications, so you would be able to pick up the jobs all around the country.
Yeah.
I think something has to be done like that.
Yeah, I don't know. For a country and an industry that doesn't like regulation, yeah, I don't know how that would fly. But I mean, how are you going to tell the guy, well, you're licensed here, but you can't drive out of state? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, people are still gonna do it, regardless of what the law is, if it changes or anything. But there should be, something done.
I know, right? So, I mean, some kind of warnings or something like, I don't know. I think whoever's designing these routes for these drivers, it's like, all right, this is, your suggested route. And you got mountainous area. You're going to have weather coming up. And you got, and then they got to decide we need experienced people to go there. So maybe don't give this to the rookie. Give this to, somebody else. Or, hey, Troy, how you doing, man? Thanks for hanging out. I drive for FedEx Express. I can tell you, your reaction time is very low in a bigger vehicle that's heavy at higher speeds. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Can you imagine all that weight behind you and it's just out of control, man? There's nothing you can do. I can't even imagine. And for
yeah.
some reason, I don't know. You know what? I think you're right. I think he was panicked
He was.
because he did have a way to take that exit ramp that had the whatever the sand is, that road that slows down your truck, and he didn't take it.
Yeah,
And
that he
I
missed
think,
it.
yeah, I think he missed it just panicking trying to drive the thing.
Yeah, and they said that his brakes were overheated, so that's why they weren't really working.
I like to see ice road truckers on highway and hell shows. I watch them when my hubby used to be an accident and recovery wreck driver. Yeah, some of those are pretty. They get pretty hairy. Those ice trucker shows, like man,
Yeah.
he should have sought out the Rittenhouse lawyer. Yeah, this guy did not have a good lawyer. I got to say that. Has to be. I mean, that judge can't be great either. The jury couldn't have been great. It's like all of these things had to have gone wrong. Or
I think the judge said that he didn't agree with it either, but that by law, that's what the sentence had to be. I mean, hopefully it gets overturned and like he doesn't get the full 110 years, but I mean, he's still gonna have to do some jail time. I mean, lives were lost. Whether it was because, negligence, whether it was him panicking. I mean, the fact is there's families out there that lost loved ones.
They sent us for defensive driving training. That's cool. Imagine that's mandatory, right? Yeah. I would hope that's mandatory. Thank you, Manny. Love the show. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you coming out. Sweet Timber. What is that? Sweet Tumbler. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of these going to be going out and doing a giveaway.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to get some of those made.
3 or 4 of these going out and some of the t-shirts too. And I'll get those out as soon as I have them in the hand.
I need to get some stuff made. I need to do some more giveaways. I did my Halloween giveaway, and I've done some other ones in the past, but I should probably do another one soon.
So the other thing that happened with this truck driver case, now other truck drivers are not liking what happened to him in Colorado. So they're protesting going to Colorado, driving through there.
Yeah, that boycott, all those trailers like on the side of the road not wanting to go in.
Yeah, and that's a nice show of solidarity. I mean, it's like you're too harsh, Colorado. There's got to be something to do. And if the judge's hands were tied, I mean, really, like legally, maybe now they can, commute that sentence to time served or whatever, or something. Because, I mean, I don't care what they say. The dude didn't do it on purpose. I mean,
yeah, he didn't wake up thinking I'm going to go and ram my truck into all these people.
Right? Try to kill 3 or 4 people. I mean, nobody thinks that when they get up in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's just a friggin' accident. And the dude is remorseful. He's talking. I've seen the video of him, and he's crying, and he's just. And then the same thing with the that lady. I want to say her last name is Potter, Officer Potter. She's the one who. It was a traffic stop, and she shot the kid. She meant to pull out her taser gun. Instead, she pulled out her service weapon and shot him.
Yeah.
Instead of tasing him. And I was watching that trial too. She lost it. She's also very remorseful. I mean, she's crying. She couldn't even watch the body cam footage of that. She wrote, like, imagine that. You shoot the dude with the wrong, I don't know what's it, adrenaline or excitement, and she's a veteran. She was a supervisor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you never really know what's gonna happen in that situation where you do need a draw. And I mean, she more than likely just got confused. Things got switched around because she was more focused on what was in front of her. And like it's sad. I remember hearing about stuff like that.
Dude, I would mentally, it would mess me up if I shot somebody who had no business dying or had no business shooting my weapon.
Yeah, or just in general, like anything that I did that caused the death of someone else, like it would eat away at me, and like I would probably, hate myself for it, which I'm sure she does too. I'm sure this truck driver does also. Like they probably regret this so much. I do feel bad for them.
Yeah, that police officer, man. Everybody, your Black Lives Matter and these groups are you're killing people for no reason. The cops are killing her. I mean, they're gonna have if she gets found not guilty. I mean, it was an accident. I just don't know how much legally what. I mean, she's guilty. Yeah, she shot him, but it was the intent wasn't there. So maybe manslaughter, or something like that. I don't know. Less of a sentence. Yeah, that. Daredevil. What's the eccentric drink for the night?
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen my lives. Like every video, I have like a different drink or a crazy drink.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
Tonight I didn't have time to go get something weird, so I'm just doing orange juice with medium pulp. Feel like a tickle in the back of my throat, so I just wanted to just.
Oh, dude, do you have any like Listerine or Scope or any of that?
I think I got some Listerine.
Go gargle with that before you go to bed. Gargle with Listerine. Yeah, wash
I'll
your
make
mouth,
it
rinse
better.
it, and gargle that. Or warm salt water. Put a lot of salt in the water. Mix it up real good. Gargle with that. Hit it right now, and then do it again in the morning. No, whether you feel it or not, do it again in the morning.
Yeah, I need to. I don't want to get sick.
This is Diet Coke with fresh lemon squeeze into it. So good.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. Cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, that's for freaking sure. Hey, Pancho, Manny, you were made for this. Thanks again for giving us the opportunity to be on your show. Yeah, so I had a parent coalition on earlier in the week. We were discussing. I don't know if you caught any of that show.
Yeah, was it the mask one? Because I saw that you had like a whole lineup of.
Yeah, we had a panel. Actually, had
wow.
a good amount of panel, each one with different experiences and expertises. And Thursday, I've got that little girl and her mom are going to be on. The one that was the little 8-year-old girl that was suspended for not wearing her mask in school. She wouldn't wear it. And I've got them coming on Thursday, so you'll see the little advertiser thing I'll do for that. And they're going to come out and talk about that situation, and we'll discuss it further then. So, but it's pretty cool. We'll get a chance to talk to her. Her name is Fiona Lachelle's. That's coming up on Thursday night.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
then I've got some stuff for 2022. Looking for a lot of entertainment, let's say, celebrities that I'll be able to sign up to because of some recent connections I made. And it should be an interesting. I should say 22. Did I say 22? Yeah, 2022 should be an interesting 2022.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got some ideas written down and some new things that I'm going to try myself. So I'm waiting for the new year to start.
Very optimistic group they were. You're being sarcastic, Isabel. Probably. Yeah, okay, so, now StreamYard lets you, or you don't use StreamYard, right? You use Streamlabs or whatever?
Yeah.
Right? StreamYard now lets you do like your page and your personal page. You can add it to the stream. So I added my personal page, but any of the comments that happen here on the side, any comments, if you're watching it on the personal page stream, they don't pop up on this stream at all. So there were a whole bunch of comments I didn't make it on. And some were, they had concerns or were not happy with the discussion or whatever, the topic or but that we couldn't react to it and couldn't discuss it because I didn't know it was there. Not till afterwards when the show was over, I noticed all these comments like, damn it. So I'm not going to stream it on that page anymore.
Yeah, I've been wanting to use StreamYard. I need to get into it. I made an account. I just haven't done anything with it.
It's cool. People like it. I mean, from a user standpoint, when you have guests on, it's real simple for them. It's very easy to use. There you go, man. NAC, I don't know what that is. Vitamin D3, quercetin, magnesium, zinc, for sure zinc. Black seed oil, vitamin C. Elderberry is real good.
Yeah.
Dude, vitamin C, take at the very minimum 1,000 to 2,000 a day of vitamin C. Take up.
I need to get back on my vitamins. I used to do my daily vitamins and I stopped. And I don't know why I stopped because I still have them here. It's not like I ran out or anything, but I need to get back on that.
Do a pill box, bro. Do a little pill box and put all your stuff in there for the week. Everything every day and morning. Just open one up.
Feel old. Like that's gonna make me feel older than I already feel.
Shoot, you're a young one, man. How old are you? Oh, unless you don't want to say, you don't got to say. But
I'm 30.
Oh man, it's just think of it as a organizational tool.
An organizational tool. I like that.
Oh, next thing I wanted to bring up. Hey, if you got something too, hey, feel free to.
No, I'm up for whatever.
So these people are in, I think it was Cancun, and a bunch of dudes pulled up in jet skis and started firing their machine guns up in the air. Mexican style, right?
Yeah.
And I've been saying this for like 2 years already. Don't go to Mexico right now if you don't have to. It's not all safe. It's not always safe.
Yeah.
It used to be that the resort towns were kind of safe because of the tourists, but now they don't care. Even tourists are getting kidnapped or getting beat up or shot or.
I would say don't make it a vacation destination. Not now.
It's volatile, man. It's not always. You think you're gonna go on vacation and don't got to worry about stuff, but is it a vacation when you got the Mexican military walking around with machine guns and helmets on and they're just pacing back and forth? Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, I don't want to use my PTO for that.
Right?
No.
And I get there's a few regulars on my posts that they'll comment and like, man, you're so negative. Mexico's not that bad. You get those, oh, we went last time or we went this month and everything was fine. It's like, yeah, but it's not for me, okay. So when they tell you when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. If God wants to take you, whenever you're going to die, there's nothing you can do about it. But you know what? You can do something about it. You cannot put yourself in a situation where crap might happen.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to die, well, don't go skydiving. So the parachute might not open one of those times, and you're putting yourself at risk for something to happen sooner. And unfortunately, that's how Mexico is right now. I wouldn't go down. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you could easily become a target, especially if there's any sign of you having any kind of wealth or anything. Like you're putting a target on your back. Like it's just safer to go somewhere else. Go to Canada. I know there's bad stuff that happens in Canada too, but I mean, you're not hearing Canadians in snow skis shooting up,
right?
Or anything like that.
Yeah, go to the other border. It might not be a beach, but
go visit the other side.
Yeah, it might not be a beach. It might not be sandy beaches, but you can have white, snowy beaches.
Yeah, it's still something different.
Flu season is a lack of vitamin D season, my friend. There you go.
I need to get on that. I need to get on that. Probably after this, I'll go and get all my vitamins out of the cabinet and just
for sure do the
Listerine
rinse of your throat. Wash your mouth out, rinse your throat, gargle for sure. And do that again in the morning, and then do it again tomorrow night. Do that for a few days, and you will not get sick. It always starts here. Most of the time, it starts right here.
Yeah, that's where I'm feeling it right now, and I can't really afford it right now to be sick. Like the holidays are right around the corner. Like I don't want to be sick, during the holidays.
Yeah. Isabel, Spider-Man No Way Home had me crying. I'm a mom. Oh yeah, don't spoil it. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I'm gonna give it about a week, maybe 2, and then I'm gonna do a whole breakdown, a discussion. I'm hoping I've already reached out to a few people that I know are really into movies and comics.
Yeah,
and I just want to have like a fun discussion with people who loved it as much as I did.
Yeah, for sure. Wait till after Christmas because everybody goes to their movies Christmas Day or whatever, or the day before, the day after.
Yeah,
and Christmas is a weekend next Saturday.
I don't want to be a jerk and stuff, but like I do want to talk about it extremely bad. Like if anyone wants to, like they can just private message me. We could gush over it and yeah. But I'll probably do something down the road. The one I
want to talk about here. Nadia says, when I feel something coming on, like a tickle in my throat, I chug some Theraflu. Yeah, that's good too. But you want to kill that. That's to me, that's like a virus trying to grow itself on there, a bacteria or whatever you want to call that. And you kill that with, I'm telling you, I promise you, Cepacol or Listerine.
I've never heard of that Listerine thing, so I'm curious about it. Like, I want to try it.
Just make sure it's a Listerine with antiseptic. You'll say it kills 99.9%. That's the one you want to gargle with. and that works. I promise you that works. And then you take your vitamin C every day. You know that emergency powder?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Well, they say that does not have all the vitamin C that you need. So that's just like it says, like for an emergency, but it's not. It's better to take 1,000 or 2,000 of straight vitamin C, those little pills. And your body can handle 10,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. But I mean, it's going to send you to the bathroom, maybe, you'll be going there more often so your body gets used to it. But a lot of vitamin C, high doses of vitamin C is going to keep that away. Zinc also, like you said, zinc.
Yeah. I am going to get started on that as soon as this is over. I'm going to go dig everything out of the cabinets because I still have them in my kitchen cabinet, so I need to get those out.
Oh, man, if you got them, yeah, just make a little, I'm telling you, just get the little box, a pill box, and just make yourself a little.
Yeah.
It'll help. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. We know now what you're going to do. That's right. Yeah, Matrix. Oh, see, that looks real good, too.
See, I don't think it's going to be good.
Really?
I don't think it's going to be good. Like, I'm not excited for it. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to go in there like, oh, yes, I've been waiting for the Matrix for years. Like, I'm finally going to get it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be great. It's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be great.
Now, is this the fourth Matrix film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen the original. I'm not a fan of sequels.
Mm-hmm.
They've always disappointed me in the past, any kind of sequel, so I've never watched anything else. Okay, John Wick it's probably the only, maybe Star Wars, I don't know. John Wick, all three have been freaking good, especially the last one. A lot of action. I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. If you haven't seen John Wick, they're really good, especially the last one, the third one.
Yeah, all of them were good. I love the John Wick ones. Part 4 is coming out soon, so that's going to be interesting.
Is John Wick a comic book character?
No. Interesting background with John Wick. He was a original creator, originally created by one of the camera or stuntmen that worked on the Matrix films. He was real good buddies with Keanu Reeves, so he's like, hey, I'm making this indie movie. It's called John Wick. Like, can you be in it? Like, I can't pay you a lot, but can you just like help me and like be in this movie? And Keanu Reeves being awesome, he's all like, yeah, like let's make this movie together. So he, put some money into it also, and now it's this huge thing when it was just, an idea that a stuntman had, like, I want to do this. So that's why a lot of the action in it is like very stunt heavy and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote it, like, did all this work. Like, he knows how it's supposed to look. He knows how to make it look good. So that's awesome. Like, Keanu Reeves just agreed to help this guy that he knew. He's probably a friend of his because he's real close to everyone who worked on the Matrix with him.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Like, I love the idea that he did that.
Man, I wish everybody was like Keanu Reeves. He just seems like a real freaking good, down-to-earth guy from everything I've ever read.
Keanu Reeves.
I also take some Solium. What the heck is that? But it's $10 a box. I don't think it's effective. Nah. Vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, Listerine for your throat. Gargle with that twice a day, and you'll be good. Are you vaccinated, by the way? Or
yeah, I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm vaccinated.
I don't know if I'm doing I am, like I said this before, I wish I had not, because, everybody puts that fear in you about, now you're going to die and all this crap. But I did it because I was working for the airline industry. I did it because I'm diabetic, type 2 diabetic. I did it because my sister's a cancer survivor, and I just did it for them mostly, right? But sometimes I'm thinking, I guess I feel lucky because I haven't felt sick at all or anything like that. But I wasn't sick. I don't know how I feel about it. So if I would have had more time to think about it, I probably would not have been vaccinated. And I don't even think I'm going to get the booster. I don't think I'm doing the booster.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it either. I did it more of like a peace of mind. I know my wife had been vaccinated since I think April, and I just got vaccinated I think in October. So I did it for her. I did it, to ease everyone. At the same time, like I read things and like I wasn't very sure if I wanted to get it, but I just figured, you know what, like I'm gonna do it like on the off chance that is effective and everything's good, fine. If not, if it's my time, it's my time, and if I get superpowers off of
See,
it, if
there's that
I
thing again. Yeah, I
yeah
know. So yeah, I don't know, and I think still too many. It's just too early to know. I mean, they say all these people that died from the vaccine or died from COVID, but you know what? What COVID really did was expose all these illnesses that people didn't know they had, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden,
We have yet to see the long term effects. We don't know what's gonna happen to everyone who's vaccinated, you know, in 5 years, 10 years. Like you see, I don't think they play them that much anymore. But if you or someone you loved has been exposed to this
oh yeah,
virus, you could see, I feel like we're gonna see that in the next, 5
that's
to 10
right.
years.
If
And
you
like,
were vaccinated with Pfizer back in between
yeah,
January 2021 and November or whatever,
yeah,
you can be
contact
part
the
of the
law office
lawsuit.
of
Yeah,
so and
exactly.
so. I think that's what we're gonna see.
You can be part of a $20 billion lawsuit.
Yeah, did you lose a family member? Like it's gonna be like that. Like I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're right. It will. Pancho says back in the day, you just needed a $20 bill in your pocket and a case of Coca-Cola, and you'd get yourself out of trouble. And yeah, I mean, they're still out there for the handouts. The police are, and it's just not fun anymore. When you have to worry about all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like here, Matamoros, there's like no police over here. As soon as you cross the border at the bottom of that bridge, traffic is insane. And there's hardly any police anywhere. And if you call for the police, it takes a while for them to get there. It's like the Wild West, and that's scary. I mean, you get mugged or something. At least here in the United States, they investigate, they try to find, it's things like that, and things happen. They catch somebody, they go to court. Over there, nothing will ever happen. If you get mugged or whatever, it's done. And move on with your life.
Yeah, you live and learn kind of situation.
On the Coca-Cola, I don't know if the recipe is different. I know I keep seeing things that it's not different. It's just a old wives' tale, but I think it's different. The Coca-Cola in the bottle is different over there.
It is.
And I don't know if it's the water because it's crappier water or something. Maybe it
makes it taste better. I love Mexico Cokes.
It's so good. I can't drink a lot. I had to drink Diet Coke. I try not to drink regular Coke at all because of type 2 diabetic, but every once in a while I'm gonna have one, and it's so good. John Wick 4, yep. Stallone. I was not a fan of the Expendables movies or set of movies.
I liked them. Not that I liked them as like films because that they changed the industry or anything like that. I liked them because it just seemed like when you get all your toys together and you have some GI Joes, you have some Power Rangers, you have like wrestlers, and you just throw all these things together and create your own story. That's how it felt. Like it was just a sandbox of like these actors that all have their own things.
And the first one, I got it, and it was like, yeah, that was entertaining, and for somebody who likes shoot 'em up and action kind of movies and all that stuff, and bombs and explosions, and it was good. But then I don't know, just everybody's getting older, and it's like,
yeah. And then they just started bringing more and more people into it, and it was like, okay, like it's fun, but like it's not a movie that I'm gonna tell people like, oh, you all need to go watch it. It's amazing. Like,
right?
I enjoy it for me.
Yeah, what was that one? The that martial arts Marvel movie a couple of months ago. It just came out.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that. I was a fan of that movie. That man, I'm gonna buy that one. That's definitely one to own. Very entertaining, really good. That chick was funny, whatever her name is. I know she's popular, but I don't know who she is.
Oh, Aquafina.
Is that what her name is?
Yeah. But it's spelled very weird, but I think it's Aquafina.
Yeah, that one was great. I like that. Isabel, I bought a large popcorn and caramel popcorn to go after the movie ended, and I'm munching on it right now. So, oh, damn, that sounds good.
That is awesome.
But you know what's good to do at home? You're going to watch movies at home? Go to the movie theater and buy giant tub of popcorn, extra butter, and then bring it home and watch your movie.
Yeah,
Done.
I got my own popcorn machine, so I just it's one of those it's one of those air popcorn machines. So I got that. I got all the different salts, so I can mix it up, put a little bit of cheese salt onto it. And
so is that an air popper?
Yeah, one of the air poppers.
So you don't got to use oil for that, right? It's just air, just hot air.
Oil. Yeah. So it's not as messy either. But I still and then I just get, the butter and I just pour it on a little bit, shake it up, and you're good to go.
Now, do you use that butter, that oil butter that you can buy, or do you do your own melted butter?
I've done my own melted butter. It doesn't taste as good. Like, it's probably healthier. It's probably a better alternative, but
yeah,
I want to enjoy it. Like, I'm here to have a good time. Like, but speaking of like snacks and movies at the movie theater, the people in front of me spent about $68 on food at the movie theater at the concession stand, and I couldn't wrap my mind around that. I was like, that's a lot of food. They got like 2 burgers, 2 hot dogs, popcorn, soda, candy, and like it was like a full meal for them.
Now, I'm going to the movies. I'm just getting popcorn and a Coke.
Yeah, that's popcorn and a Coke, maybe a cup of cheese if they have it,
and then like a pack of like 50 napkins that I'll put in my back pocket so my hands get greasy while eating popcorn. But yeah, I'm not a fan of eating a pizza or a burger at the movie theater. Like,
no.
Nah.
Yeah, they even had hot wings. I was like, I don't want to be eating hot wings at a movie theater.
No, right? You should interview Dr. McCullough. Is that how you say it? McCullough? Okay. He just did an amazing podcast with Joe Rogan. Oh yeah, I'm totally game for that. I like Joe Rogan. That's straight up, no BS dude right there. Pancho, I'm definitely up for that. Cowboy Bebop. Okay, that's another one. Is that animated or is that a regular movie?
Originally, it was an anime, like a very popular, very successful anime. Decided to do a live action with John Cho, which I love him as an actor. It really didn't go over that well because it didn't translate well from animation to live action. And this is such this has such a diehard fan base to where they were really hopeful and they were just really turned off by it, and they ended up canceling just 2 weeks after season 1 premiered.
Oh, so it's canceled. So it's a series, okay. But is it? I mean, would you say it's good to watch, entertaining?
If you haven't seen the anime, it's okay. Like, it's entertaining to watch if you don't know, the source material. I grew up watching that anime, so I didn't get past like the first 3 episodes because I'm used to seeing it here. I ended up just turning it off. Netflix has the anime also, so you can watch the anime or the live action on Netflix. So I just wanted to watch the anime. Interesting.
Drink whiskey. It's a really good antioxidant, my friend. This is not medical advice. Yeah, you know what? But like in Mexico, they take a shot of tequila at bedtime, and that'll help you sleep. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And sleep is another thing that's good for when you're feeling sick like this. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. So a good solid 8 hours.
Yeah.
So that's why a little shot of something would help.
I've been sleeping pretty well compared to how I used to sleep. Like, I'm sleeping very well now. So I don't think it's that. I think it's just been working hard. Been not really stressed, but just a lot of things going on at once and really haven't had time to rest during the day. But as soon as I get home, it's just, dinner, maybe like 2 episodes of Seinfeld, and then go to bed and start it all over again.
But that's true, man. Whiskey or a shot of tequila, literally a shot. And if you can't sleep or if you're sick, like if you got a cough or something, that'll help let you sleep all night. It does work. Yes, hilarious, but hey, it's effective. Or you can let your immune system fight it off and it'll be stronger.
I'm just going to give the immune system a sidekick and take the vitamins.
So is there all these COVID testing, is there a test that tells you that it's Omnicron?
I don't think I've heard anything about them having one that'll tell you that.
Because I haven't heard that either. And how do they know Omnicron is now all over the place now? Like, how do they know if there's no test for it? Unless, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's just something different. Who knows? But I know there isn't specific tests where you could go and be like, "Oh, can you test me for Omicron?" And they tell you yes or no.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
sure,
to.
I'm sure they would have started all the the testing drive-throughs again and have parking lots full of people trying to get tested for this new variant, but I don't see it.
Yeah, neither do I. So that's why. And everything seemed to be going okay. It seemed like cases were disappearing, or at least on a downtrend for
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19. For shoot, what was the variant already? What was it called before Omicron? Delta.
The Delta variant.
It just seemed like everything was dying down and dying down and dying down. And you know what? Here comes Fauci. Now there's Omicron, and the president, freaking Joe Biden, telling everybody, "Yeah, if you're not vaccinated, you're gonna die this winter. People are gonna die. You're gonna be sick, and you're gonna die." It's like, well, gee, that's a nice thing to tell everybody at Christmas time.
Thank you, American leader.
Talk about putting panic and fear into people.
Yeah.
Troy says,
When
one
people
glass
are
of
getting
whiskey.
ready to go back to their normal lives, and this is gonna hit us again.
Right? Troy, try tequila instead of whiskey. Try that. Hey, Lori, thanks for joining us. Then you get a check in the mail for $1.50. $1.50. Oh, because you had COVID or you took the vaccine. The big payoff is $1.50. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Thanks for hanging out just for a bit. The United States, they only want to investigate what they want. Lots of stuff gets swept under the rug. Yeah, unfortunately, that's...
Yeah, but then that's what gives us a good time with talking about conspiracy theories. That's what just feeds into it, and you end up having a lot of entertaining conversations about it.
You know, I remember listening to Dr. Fauci early on, a couple years ago, and I remember going, yeah, you know, we got to listen to that dude. He's the guy. We got to listen to whatever he says. And then, man, not even a year later, he was just bouncing back and forth and this, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it's not reliable. It's like, forget it. It's like you got to do your own research. You have to do your own research.
Like, this is our source of information. Like, okay,
right?
Like, was this the best? Was this the best we could get? Like, there was no one else that signed up for this.
Telling you not to have parties, don't gather. So the latest thing now, he's saying, okay, if you're going to have just a family gathering, check everybody's vaccination status as they come to your house. Like,
oh, we're gonna have a solid defensive line of having a bouncer at our family get together.
Right. Now. Have your uncle at the door checking the. Hey, what's up, Paco? Come on in. Let me see your vaccine status first, real quick. You don't have it? All right, sorry, man. You hang out outside at the cookout outside. You can't come in the house.
Yeah, go. Everyone else is in the back. Just go with them.
Right. Freaking ridiculous. If you get the booster, man, consider taking black seed oil before and after. It's used in Arabic countries to treat cancer, blood clots, and myocarditis. See, man, just that's good info, but just you saying that makes me want to not get it.
Right.
Right.
Like, the booster shot's going to help you, but you need something to help you from the booster shot.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just going to trickle down to where you're going to have to take about 20 different things before you get the booster shot, and then take another 20 things afterwards, just in case.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand. I hear if you got your vaccine, it's only good for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
That's why they want you to get a booster, so it's good for another 3 or 4 months or something like that, or maybe 6 months.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to take everything again next year. It's gonna be just like the flu shot. Every
just
year
like
we're
the flu shot.
Taking this.
And and still I'm amazed. If you're not, I'm surprised. Whoever's not. But they said kids are going to be dropping dead all over the place.
Yeah,
and they're not.
Like I was concerned when the schools were opening back up. Like, I was scared. Like, a lot of parents were, but nothing's happened. There's been some outbreaks.
Yeah.
In my child's school, but nothing. A few days at home, come back, and the kids back in class.
Yeah, nobody's dying. Kids are not dropping dead left and right like they said what's going to happen. So that's why this whole thing about masking your kid at school came up. And
that was a pretty good topic. I got to give you that one. That was a pretty good topic. Like,
yeah, that's still now. I mean, I got some information from BISD here in Brownsville that it's in this memo they sent out, and it's on the memo. It says wearing your mask is a must. But you know what? Even if the governor laid out a mandate, it's still not a law.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can get arrested for it, for not doing it or not complying or whatever.
Yeah. It's just a very strong suggestion.
Yeah, and I don't know. Right. I'm a big fan of. That's why I like talking with the group. It's that I had on the other night. You know what? They say my body, my choice for a lot of things. Well, it's what my family, my choice.
Yeah.
And unless there's evidence that my kid is gonna pass it to somebody, and then all the kids are gonna die, then we'll talk. And then I found out about this pooled testing. Have you heard about this thing?
No, what?
They'll do 30 kids, and they mix up the results. They test one batch, and if it comes out positive, then they deem everybody, they quarantine everybody.
Yeah, so I can see they probably do that like by classroom, since it's like 30 people. Just so they can, if they have to quarantine a whole classroom, they can just do it all at once. But that's crazy. I didn't know they were doing anything like that.
It's crazy. It's freaking nuts. Poor kids who are not sick at all or not symptomatic or nothing. Now you're telling them that they gotta, quarantine and all that. It's ridiculous. Oh man. See, this is the other thing I was gonna talk about was Yellowstone.
Oh.
And I keep talking about it every week, dude.
Everyone's talking about Yellowstone. Everyone's always recommending it. Unpopular opinion here. I watched it, couldn't get into it at all.
How much of it did you watch? Like how many episodes?
It felt like I saw, 3 days worth of episodes, but I probably just saw 3 episodes. It was very long, very drawn out. I'm sure it picks up like by the second season, because that's how I was with Breaking Bad. Like I was very uninterested in Breaking Bad until it got like mid-season, like season 2.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody, give it hardcore 3 episodes to get to that point, and then things get interesting, and then you really do get hooked on it. Yeah, I mean I'm a Kevin Costner fan, and he's real good.
Yeah,
and
I think I got halfway into the 3rd episode, and that's when I realized, like, what am I doing? Why am I spending my free time like this? Like, if I wanted to be tortured for hours and hours, I would just stay at work. Like, I'm not gonna put this
I was even thinking about having a Yellowstone discussion after every Sunday. I might do that this Sunday.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But it's really good. I mean, if you can, it's like I tell everybody, it's like The Sopranos meets Montana, and it's that kind of thing. It's really good.
Yeah, like I saw like things building up, or like I could already see like, okay, there's a lot of things that are happening. They're laying the groundwork for cliffhangers in later seasons, but I couldn't do it. And
then some people think, well, I'm not into westerns. Like, yeah, but this is not a western, really.
No.
It's out on Montana. There's a lot of horses, and for real, cowboys and people that work on farms and ranches, and they got to rustle cattle, and they raise them, and basically it's a story of a landowner. He owns a huge tons of acreage in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the native community who wants part of it so they can open up another casino. And then you got the developer who comes and he wants to open up a subdivision and a hotel and a resort. And they're all trying to take his land. So it's really good, man. I don't want to give it away too much, but the one that I could not get into, I tried Squid Game.
You couldn't get into Squid Games? I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Hey, Annie. Thanks for joining.
I liked it. I don't understand the hype. Even though I like it, I don't understand the hype that everyone thinks that Squid Games was this amazing show. There's a lot of Korean shows like that. And I think this is just like low tier compared to some of the other ones I've seen from Korea.
You know, I started to watch it, and what was the scene? I don't know how far into it. Halfway in, like the very first episode, right at the beginning, all these people are out there in some field or something, and they start
Yeah.
getting shot, like randomly. They're all getting shot. I'm like, what? I don't know. It was not appealing to me. And so I
Yeah.
tried it again, and I watched it again. But at that same part, I was like, why am I watching this? I'm not. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it wasn't for you. I get that, and that's kind of how I feel about Yellowstone. Like everyone's into it. I don't get it. Maybe if I'll sit through and finish episode 3 and see if that's enough to draw me in again.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to watch a good Korean movie, I said it before, watch Parasite. It's a movie, not a series.
Parasite's amazing.
Right?
I love Parasite.
Parasite is so good. Yes, you got to read the subtitles. I don't know if there's an English track on that or not, but
I think they did do a dub, but I really hate dubbed. I like
Yeah.
hearing it like in its original language.
yeah,
It's
so
like,
do I.
like, it's a lot like it's more pure. And
Yeah.
I don't mind reading, so like I'll just read it.
Check out Parasite, y'all. I've said this last time. Parasite, Yellowstone, give it a chance. Couldn't get into that Cowboy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into anime, so I don't know what that's like. So I don't know if I would like the movie or not.
Yeah, the show it's basically a space western with like they're bounty hunters, and it's kind of like that. I don't know if you ever saw, like, this is a really old show. It's called Firefly. Like that was a real space western.
I heard about that too. I haven't seen that yet.
That one's amazing. It's extremely dated now, but like I still watch it. Like every year, I run through the whole season at least once a year.
Firefly.
I think it's just awesome. You know, Nathan Fillion, huge Nathan Fillion fan.
Yeah, Aquafina is cool. My kiddo likes her. I love their crazy rich Asians.
Yeah,
Crazy rich Asians.
Aquafina has her own show on HBO Max. It's called Nora from Queens. It's very raunchy, a lot of like adult comedy.
Oh,
but
it's a stand up.
No, it's it's kind of like Louis from Louis C.K. to where like it was like his life.
Oh,
but
okay.
Like, dramatized a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's her. Like she's Nora from Queens. It's very funny, and the situations are hilarious.
And that's on where?
HBO Max.
Oh, I'll watch that. I can check her out. She was funny. I enjoyed her in that Shanghai. What's that movie called? Shang-Chi. Manny, Troy, and I were talking about music tonight and shared a few songs. What you should do on night? Yeah, I know. Music is something I did that one time with music and videos, and it just went on and on. Man, you can connect dots.
Yeah,
that could be a 4 or 5 hour show.
Dude,
same thing with movies, right?
Yeah, like movies, we could go on. Music, I could go on and on. In my last live, I started with my ukulele and just strumming and just talking, and then I busted out the guitar, and I wasn't like playing for anybody, or I wasn't singing or anything. It was just talking as I was, just on the strings. And today I was like a Guitar Center, and I'm stuck between buying an electronic drum set because I really don't have the room here in my office since it's mainly a lot of shelves and stuff, or like a keyboard. Like I play both.
Oh, yeah.
I like playing instruments, so I've been wanting to pick that up and just do it again. Like I have space like right here just to put a keyboard, and I have my mic and just to do something. But yeah, I love music.
Do it, man. Release some stress beating on those drums too, right?
Yeah.
If you had to.
I got to go on the demo unit over there, and I was just wailing on it for a good while.
I know. I like all kind of stuff. Jazz is my main bread and butter that I like. I love jazz. I like good vocalists. Real Jane Monheit is one of my favorite vocalists. Jazz music, trumpet music, because I used to play trumpet when I was younger. So like the old school guys like Chuck Mangione, Herb Alpert. I love all that stuff. I love classic rock.
Yeah.
I love, 80s and 90s hip hop, rap, that kind of stuff. I'm I'm not a fan of a lot of the more current stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the cursing that goes on. Every other word is this or that. I mean, here and there, and I don't care. That's just
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, nowadays it feels like really forced. When back, when early rap was like really picking up, it wasn't so frequent, and when it was thrown in there, like it just emphasized what the song was about or the moment in that song.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like it's just a competition to get the most words out there.
Right. Seems like that. I know that's not what it's all about, and it's just how they talk in their
Yeah,
life and their circle, and and that's what I guess that's what you want, really. I interviewed somebody earlier in the week, Ricky. His name is Ricky, and he's in the Latino music industry, and we were talking about that subject, and he pretty much came out and told me, "Hey, then change the channel if you don't like it." Like, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
That's the freedom that there is, but I just some of it I like. I just wish they wouldn't use so much cursing, but I don't know, man. I hope I'm not getting old, because that stuff never used to bother me too much. But I love NWA.
yeah.
I mean, the movie was awesome. The music from back then, I used to listen to it all the time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like now it's considered classic, like rap now. Like it's considered like classic, anything from the 90s.
yeah,
Like I grew up and like dad rock was, Def Leppard and Poison, bands like that. That's what I consider dad rock, because that's what my dad listened to and I grew up
Dad
with that.
rock.
But now dad rock is like Linkin Park, like music that I grew up with. Like
All right.
I'm all like, that's not dad rock, like that's my rock. That's what I grew up on. I'm like, oh, okay, like now I hurt my own feelings.
Yeah, I liked. I mean, LL Cool J, Run DMC.
Hmm.
Oh my God, this is way old. Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Yeah.
I mean, movies like Breakin' or Beat Street, stuff like the music that was in there. I can listen to that. I can listen to even some classical or stuff that I like. I'm all over the place. If you sit in my car, we take a road trip. You listen to my collection that's on my phone. You're gonna hear a lot of different
Oh yeah.
stuff all over the place.
Yeah, on mine too, on my Spotify, like every year they give you like your annual wrap up, like top songs you listen to throughout the year.
Hmm.
And there I got like country, I got classic rock, I got EDM, I got some stand-up specials in there. Like it's just a huge mix of so many things. I got the rap, I got hip hop, songs where it's just like one guy and a guitar, like just really slow, like relaxing music.
Yeah, sometimes like this, just a casual conversation. I like to have some jazz in the background, and
For some reason, I listen to jazz, but I don't listen to jazz throughout the entire year. Like jazz makes me feel like around this time of year. Like for some reason, I feel like jazz feels better like with the cool weather, like
I get you.
like
Fireplace
family
going
getting
on and
together.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's when I usually put jazz on. And yeah, like it just makes me feel like this time of year is like jazz time.
Like this stuff playing now in the background. That's just chill, relaxing, just a little light
Yeah.
piano. It's like you go to a piano bar and you're at the bar having a drink or sitting down, and the guy's at the piano just playing some mellow stuff. It's meant to relax you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Troy says the tests only tell you if you have COVID. They don't tell you the variant. See, but that's what I don't get. Then how do they know it's Omicron or Delta or whatever? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna try to find that out. Troy called these hospitals and they don't test for variant. Oh, no way. Then how do they know? What's Cowboy Bebop? Pancho. Yeah, after we're done, go back and watch the Cowboy Bebop, some kind of movie, live movie about him.
Yeah. I have to say though, the theme song to the anime of Cowboy Bebop is like one of the best like opening songs ever. Like if you ever go and just listen to the intro song, like I think you'll like it. It has a very it's very jazz heavy.
Huh. I have to listen to that at least. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll
At
try
least
it.
the
I'll
intro,
try.
like just listen to the song.
They have to send the test out to a lab, which is costly, just to tell you the variant. Okay, so they probably do a whole week's worth of testing, or every day they send out a bunch or whatever, and then I guess eventually they find out.
Back when they first started doing the COVID test, when it would take like 2 weeks to get your results back.
Yeah, I remember when he wanted people to wear 2 masks and goggles. I know. You know, and I was traveling from Houston to Denver. I used to work for the airline industry. And I remember early on seeing a whole family. They had double masks and they had that face shield.
I still see that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, it's overkill. Yet,
yeah, like
that's what people are doing.
That.
And I saw on Twitter somebody posted. He goes, "This is what happens when people put fear into you." And there was an elderly couple wearing a whole head cover. And they were wearing these little backpacks that had oxygen being pumped through a hose. And that's how they were walking around into a restaurant.
Yeah, it's too much.
You know, and it doesn't make sense. Again, the whole mask. You go to a restaurant, you have to walk in with the mask. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you sit down, you can take it off.
Yeah. It's because the germs are only in the lobby. They're in the waiting area.
Right. On the doorknob of the front door of the restaurant. He's entertaining, to say the least. Let me check your vaccination status. No, he didn't. Let's see. Don't get it. Let's see. Parents were scared, but not of COVID. They were scared of the government trying to control how they parent.
You could put a spin on it that way. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, don't.
Like,
and then
don't tell me how to raise my kids kind of situation.
Yeah. And I mean, I get that. And then you got these people, teachers, and teachers, generally speaking, I respect them. They love what they do. The ones that love what they do, that's awesome. You got to have some kind of DNA in you to have to love teaching and be so patient with kids, and because they're all different. There's no 2 kids that are alike, right?
Yeah. And you're dealing with 20, 30 of them at a time.
Yeah. But then you got these teachers that are dumb, that are trying to tie a mask on a little kid or on a special needs kid, and they're taping their mask to their head. It's like, what? Like, anyway. And then they kind of, stories like that get out there, and
careers are ruined.
Yeah.
Like, you can't come back from that. During the interview, like, okay, so why'd you stop working at your other school? Then, oh yeah, I taped a mask on a special needs student.
Yeah, man, it's, and maybe they were a great teacher, 20-year career teacher, whatever.
Yeah,
tenured maybe or whatever. But then who knows? Maybe the teacher got fed up or I don't know. Who knows what goes on in their mind that they think that they can tape something to a kid's head.
Yeah. Like at what point?
Awesome, Pancho.
At what point did it cross their mind saying like, "This is okay, right?
Right?
Like, you could do this."
Parents weren't scared of the COVID. Did I do that one already? Oh, they were scared of another year of masking their children with more psychological damage. Well, that was my whole thing when the whole thing started. When they were closing schools down, learning from home. And then they started to bring kids back. And should we bring kids back to school? My whole thing was, you know what? Kids need social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a kid at home 24 hours a day, never being with other friends or his other school classmates and stuff. They need to learn how to deal with people, with each other. Is how they learn their social skills.
Yeah.
And kids get depressed too.
Yeah.
They used to go to a place and something different happened every day at school, and you interact with everybody and your teachers, even a lot of interaction with adults and his friends. And now you took that all away, telling them they can go to class and die. Maybe that's why they're staying home. putting that fear. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know my daughter didn't handle it well. She was bored all the time, and I felt so bad because I'm going to work, my wife's going to work, but she's staying here 24/7, like basically like a prison sentence, like not allowed to leave. So I felt bad. Like I know she missed her friends. Like what was cool is she had her class where I mean, yeah, you get to talk a little bit, but it's still not the same as being face to face.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the teacher would allow like 15 minutes for the students just to talk to each other about whatever they wanted to talk about. And like she was there monitoring, but she wasn't, teaching. She wasn't getting involved. She was just letting the kids talk about like what they saw on TV, what they're doing today. So I really like that. I talked to other people, and I don't think anyone else had that kind of experience.
Yeah.
So I think that teacher did really well on that, like just letting them have an outlet, even though they couldn't do much, but it was still something.
So did you pull the kids out of school, or did they close schools for your
They
kids for a
closed.
while?
They
Yeah.
closed school.
And you did the online learning?
Yeah, the online learning.
How did that work out?
Uh, I had to basically continue class after it was done because if you're not doing it face to face, I mean, not all kids are going to learn the same through a computer screen, and the teacher can't go individually and make sure everyone's getting it. It's just like like a bland, like this is the lesson.
Yeah.
Good luck, kind of thing. So I worked with her, and my wife worked with her just to make sure that she really was keeping up and knowing the material rather than just having a general idea and moving on.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's young kids, they have pretty strong immune systems. And this has been proven like forever.
Yeah.
And if it didn't happen, who else has strong immune systems? Or I don't know if they're superheroes. I think they're superheroes, like nurses and doctors. There's many that to this day never got vaccinated, and they never got sick. They never got COVID. And why are you now forcing them to get vaccinated or lose their jobs? And a lot of them lost their jobs.
And there haven't been any issues before. They've been able to handle their job, do their job. Nothing's been able to change.
Yeah, and they're there, even though, and even though sometimes they might be afraid, but guess what? They go there and they deal with the people coughing and sneezing, and and why would you remove somebody like that from that job when they're okay doing it without getting vaccinated?
Yeah, that's just shooting yourself in the foot at that point.
And that's what's happening now. A lot of hospitals now, they've got staffing shortages because of that. So it's ridiculous. It's Pancho says, as long as the mask mandate exists, only use the mask emoji. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. We talked about that the other day. I'm going to start doing that. Make people guess what your expression is to prove a point. Let that sink in. Yeah, because that discussion came up of, you can't tell if somebody's smiling at you or not smiling or whatever. All you see is eyes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to start ginkgo bioworks. I'm going to start doing that mask emoji. And then they're going to say, what is that? Is that a smile, or why are you putting a mask emoji up there? Yeah, look up ginkgo bioworks. That's pretty interesting. And then I saw another thing to look up. Yeah, I'll just throw this out there and we can move on to the next. Look up. I'm coming up here somewhere. I saw this and I screenshot. VAERS, VAERS, Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. I got a video on that somebody sent me. I'm going to post that also. I'm going to post it. I've got stuff on my Telegram page, which would be taken down if I put it on Facebook or YouTube. So look me up on Telegram, you guys, and I'll put some interesting information up there. Isabel, once your child enters the public school system, they are technically a ward of the state. Yeah, you mentioned that the other night. Well, maybe they like to think that they're a ward of the state, but yeah, you don't touch my kid. They have full authority over the pupil. I don't know. I don't know that that's legal. I mean, they're supposed to teach. Now you're having teachers make a decision, make medical decisions, and they're worried about so much other stuff other than just teach effectively. Get your kids interested. I couldn't continue Yellowstone. You should give it a chance.
Someone else agrees with me. Thank you.
You gotta hang in there and give it a chance. You know what? Give it 6 episodes.
Six episodes?
Yeah. If you do that, somebody do that, and I'll watch Squid Games. I'll try it again. I'll trade you. Annie, I like Squid Games, but Alice in Borderland.
I was just about to recommend that one too. I was gonna say, like, don't do it for Squid Games. Watch Alice in Borderland.
Alice in Borderland.
That is, the concept is so much better, and the games are so much more intense. I liked Alice in Borderland a lot more.
I heard about that. Alice in Borderland.
Check it out. I think that one you won't even need the full episode to get hooked.
Is that a series too, or just a movie?
Yeah, that's a series too. It's another Korean series.
Man, some decent things coming out of Korea, sounds like.
Oh yeah, they have amazing stuff, like the Korean dramas. They have amazing like horror movies, and their series like these. It's a whole genre for them, like these death game kind of things.
Yeah, the one thing I played once, what's popular in Korea is what do they call that sound? People that like to hear sound and how it makes them feel. Certain sounds make them feel SMR or something.
Oh, ASMR?
ASMR.
Yeah.
So there's this chick out of Korea. She's got millions and millions of views on her videos. She's got mic set up and she eats and she just videotape her eating and you hear the crunching and the chewing and the slurping or whatever. Yeah, this is a thing over there. It's huge. I mean, people love that crap over there.
Yeah, that's a whole weird tunnel. Like, you start looking at ASMR videos and you're gonna find yourself in a very weird place on the internet.
Yeah, and I played a few of those videos once, and people were like, get this off of here, man. That's disgusting. I was like, really? It's just, I don't find it interesting. I found that interesting. She was cooking her food, and she sits down with the little plate, her plates, and she could eat a lot. She had plates. She had a lot of food. And it's just crunch, crunch, and you hear every little crunch, and she had a couple of mics. I don't know. I found that interesting, but she's real popular over there. Yeah. Parasite was good. Come on. Try Parasite. You gotta. Parasite was good. A Bronx Tale, classic, great movie. Great. Have you seen Bronx Tale?
I don't think I have.
Oh my God, Robert De Niro, the kid. He was on Sopranos. What's the name? He was in trouble too. He went to jail for murder or attempted murder, or whatever. Anyway, the Italian hard, blue collar guy, and his son gets involved with the local mob down the street, and really good. I think it's the early '90s movie. Great movie. Bronx Tale.
Is that where like the son starts working for like a mob guy, and then the dad goes into the restaurant like all pissed off because
he goes into the bar, because they find money.
Okay. I might have seen parts of that movie, not the whole movie, but I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, and then to complicate things, the Italian kid falls in love with a black girl from the neighborhood, from school. And back then, black and Italian and white was all racial. Some neighborhoods were just, everything was separate.
Yeah.
So that complicates everything, and it's really good. If you haven't seen A Bronx Tale, check that out. Definitely, that's one of those must-see. Manny said anime. Anime. Is that what I said? Isn't that what it is, or how do you say it?
Like anime?
Anime? Not anime?
Anime?
I didn't even realize it. That's pretty
funny. I didn't even catch that either.
That's pretty funny.
Firefly was awesome. Yes.
Firefly. That's another one I got to look into.
Train to Busan, amazing also.
Train to Busan, really?
Yeah. I like that one. I haven't seen the sequel, but I've seen the first one, and the first one was great.
Let's see. Jake Paul was just knocked out a former UFC champion. Wow. Oh, he's fought again now?
Tonight? Yeah. I didn't take him seriously at first, but I mean, this seems like something he's really dedicated to, and he's putting so much work into it.
Yeah.
You got to give credit. Like, even if you hate like stuff he's done in the past, I mean, look what he's doing now.
He's just annoying to me. I was never a huge fan. He did some videos. He was dancing in a driveway with and then an animated cat behind him. That's the last thing I remember seeing. I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. But I'm just not a huge fan of his. There's a movie on Apple TV called Swan Song about a guy who is terminally ill, and he's given the option to clone himself to save his family from grief. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of brings up the whole cryogenics thing. You know, cryogenics?
Yeah.
That's something you would do if you had like $1 billion?
I think so. I would.
Like, you know what? I'm supposed to die in 30 days. Just let's put me to sleep now and freeze me or freeze my head or whatever. I don't get it.
Well, I'll take freeze me. I don't want just my head frozen. Like, I'll just live out the last 30 days of my life. Like, I don't want to come back to life and just be a head. Unless they give me like a really cool robot body to where I can, do stuff. But yeah.
See, that's the part I don't get. I can see your whole body. Yeah, just put him in the freezer and we'll wake him up. But how do you do? I don't see the point in just a head.
Yeah.
And your whole nervous system, I'm sure, is attached, right? And
yeah.
But then what? So okay, so you're a head that you wake up and stuff. But if you got no body. I don't know. I want to have some kind of plan for that.
Yeah.
Interesting concept, though. Clone yourself so you don't die. I mean, you die, but
like, does your consciousness live on in the clone, or does the clone like have his own like mind and personality?
Like a blank mind. He's just starting over like a child, or see, I don't know how. I don't get it.
There's so many ways you can do it, and I'm sure they've done every single type of story you can with clones and that. But I would like to know what my clone would do.
Hey, Shonda, welcome. Yeah, I don't get the cryogenics. Like, okay, fine, you keep him alive and you can bring him back, and then what? That's my thing. Is then what?
Yeah, and then what's gonna happen?
Well, I'm getting old because I can't say because I didn't know how to say anime. Is it anime or anime? I don't know. Shonda, you're not old. KRS-One. What is that?
KRS-One.
That a movie? That a band? Video game? What is that? Isabel? What is KRS-One? License plate? I don't know. Tell me what that is. Elevator music. Little mellow. And he's not into jazz, but that's me. I don't like dissonance. Just like I don't like Debussy's music. He had much of that, but then again, that's me. Some of Debussy's stuff is all right. We're living in simulation when Jake Paul knocks out a former UFC champion, right? God. I gotta get Abel on here. Abel's been watching that tonight. Watch Alice in Borderland, man. Season 2 is in the works now. Man, that's like so much to watch. There's like never enough time. There's never enough time because if I get hooked on something, I'm gonna want to binge watch it like all day,
Yeah, and that's what I did with Alice in Borderland. I binge watched all that real quick.
I can't wait for season 2. ASMR and mukbang, love them. YouTube Nick Avocado. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. And he before he got into the whole mukbangs, he was like a really talented like YouTuber, and he did what worked. Even though it's like physically like hurting him.
Yeah, seen that. That was freaking interesting. That dude. Man, did you finish watching Sandra Bullock's? No, I have not. I meant to get to it and I freaking fell asleep. What's it called?
Well, it's that new one.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I just know it's like number 1 on Netflix right now. Every time you open the app, it's the one thing they recommend you to watch.
The Unforgivable. The Unforgivable.
The Unforgivable. I hear it's good. I haven't seen it.
I got the whole beginning part. It's right when she came out of jail, went to the halfway house, and it had my attention. I just got interrupted and I couldn't get back to it. Definitely got to finish watching that. I'm gonna try to, man. I'll get that tonight. I haven't seen Train to Busan. Train to Busan is really good. Well, the movie sounds like the movie Repo Man. Repo Man was good. Man, that's old. If it's a Repo Man, I'm a Repo Man or Repo Men.
Or just Repo. I don't know if anyone's seen Repo.
No.
The Genetic Opera. It's a musical set in this world where you could rent body parts, like organs. Like the rich could, if they have a bad, part of their body, they're able to just pay and get someone else's. But if they don't pay, that's when they send the Repo Man, and it's like this surgeon who puts you down and just takes whatever part it is, even
take his liver. He didn't pay. He didn't.
Like he'll hunt them down, just cut them, take the liver, and then leave them there dying. It's a really weird concept, but I love musicals, and the music's not bad at all.
It's a musical?
It's a musical.
What is this? What movie is that?
Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Repo, the Genetic. Okay.
That's a crazy one. It's pretty crazy.
That's so hilarious. With Jude Law, Forrest Whitaker, Repo Man 2010.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember Repo Man with Emilio Estevez. I think that was an 80s movie. Repo Man.
Let's see. You make me go look that one up. Let me see.
I think it was Emilio Estevez. I think there was two guys in it, or was it just him?
I got 1984.
Damn, I'm freaking old.
Emilio Estevez.
It was Repo Man, right?
Repo Man. So there's Repo Man, and Repo Men, and they are not all like the same movie.
Right. Pancho, do you guys remember Science Fiction Movie Theater? Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I freaking love that.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do something like that. It's so funny. That was entertainment. I
kind of started doing something similar because I know I can't put a whole movie on here.
Yeah.
So I started to where we just go over trailers. So I'll have the trailer up on the screen, and then I'll just be off into the little corner, like just having little comments, and then everyone in the chat, like we all just have a discussion, like, what do you think about the movie? Is it going to be good? It seems really like this other movie that's already out. Yeah. So I've done about 2 episodes of that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, kind of like a reaction video, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a reaction, but it's where like some reaction videos are like just pre-recorded and they go out to the public. Like I do mine live and we all talk about it together. So what I did was I did an episode where I just showed a bunch of movies that I didn't even know were coming out, but they're all coming out in the month of December. So it's like, okay, these are the movies of the month. Let's go over them. And without watching them ahead of time, like I watched them all for the first time, like live. So it was, a reaction.
Yeah, that's fun. I've been watching some reaction video people that are pretty popular out there right now. They react to movies. Some react to music and music videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people reacting out to full movies, and I'm hooked. There's this one chick called Popcorn in Bed. That's her YouTube handle.
Oh, clever.
Blonde, cool girl, and she's got like react. She starts crying in certain parts, and it's like you're watching a movie with somebody.
Yeah,
and it's interesting. It's like a virtual movie buddy or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Karis, yeah, he sent me a link to a video. Some of the music I have heard. I just didn't know who some of the groups were, the names of the groups. But yes, I have heard that. Yeah, I know. I just started watching Dexter. That should tell you how much to see of movie.
Oh,
you just started watching Dexter. That's an awesome series.
Yeah.
And if you like Dexter, then you have to watch 6 Feet Under, that series on HBO.
Classic right there. That's old HBO right there.
Yeah. Have you seen that? The whole thing on that whole thing?
I don't think I've seen all of it, but I remember getting hooked into it.
Yeah.
And then around that time, I stopped getting HBO on DirecTV. So I never finished it. Like now I have the opportunity to, so now I might go back.
6 Feet Under is so clever. And at the end, So something happens at the end where you know what happens like to everybody. I won't spoil it for you. It's really good. I used saw a lot of it. So my parents like jazz. Manny, have you ever attended Harlingen's Blues on the Hill? No, but I want to. Definitely going to put that on my calendar for next year for sure. Brownsville has a jazz fest every year too. That's usually pretty good.
Nice.
The Unforgivable was really good. Yeah, it looked good so far. I just Sandra Bullock is usually like fun and bubbly and stuff and smiling all the time. And to see her at the beginning of the movie, just straight face, she just got out of prison, so she's hard, and not real talkative and stuff. That was like bothering me a little bit, but I'm like, this got to be going somewhere. I just remember her from everything else she did.
Everything else, yeah.
Oh, let's see. I can't click on that link from here. Yep, I remember them. I do remember the song. Repo Man, the opera was really good.
Oh,
I'm so disappointed.
Addie, I've never spoken to her, but I love her. She's watched like the stuff I love, like Repo Man. She had watched Firefly. She brought up Alice in Borderlands. Like, she's awesome.
Annie's fun. She's cool. I'm so disappointed. I know. I've heard of it. I heard that song. I have heard that song. I just didn't know who did it. There's a lot of music out there. Okay, speaking of that, here, hang on. You guys should do a sci-fi theater or something like that. So there's a movie called 20 Feet from Stardom. It's a documentary. It's about background singers. And they let you hear all these, they introduce you to all these background singers that you never knew who they were, but you sing their music all the time on rock songs, classic rock songs, on R&B, on everything. And sometimes you know the song because of the hook of the background singers.
Yeah.
And in this movie, you get to see who they are. And it's so cool. It's an awesome, awesome movie. It's worth the rental. 20 Feet from Stardom is really good.
Pretty cool. I mean, that 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, like, you got to give that a shot.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's there's some ladies in there, and you know what? And some of them were not to spoil it too much, but some people wonder, well, how come they never went solo, had their own career and stuff? It's like some just didn't like it, some it didn't hit, it didn't happen, and some are just the love of being back there, and it's a different lifestyle from what I understand. It's really good. Definitely put that on your list. Oops, a bunch of Twitch shows, sci-fi movie theater. I catch that every once in a while. Got to be a way to do something like that without getting caught by the copyright police, right?
I mean, I really don't care about being copyrighted. I mean, I've been copywritten so many times, but I still have fun. Like, they still let me put my video up.
Yeah. And then they just block it, like the next day or a few hours later, you get the message that it's been blocked or something.
I had that, and then I fought it, and they put my video back up. So as long as, the audience is having a good time, I'm having a good time, like, who cares if I have a copyright? It's not a strike against my channel.
Yeah.
It's just that I can't monetize it. Since I'm monetized on YouTube, I just can't make money off of those videos, but who cares? Like, we had a good time, and we were able to talk about movies.
When I was with I was doing live shows with this other before I started my own page, and we did some like super late night shows. It was like whatever the topic, whatever happened, it was like 3 or 4 hour shows. But then we delete them right away. They just get rid of it. So we didn't care if we played a video or music or something, right?
Yeah.
But one time I was playing some music, and I got blocked by Facebook in the middle of the video. They interrupted it and just cut the feed. And that's what I don't want to happen. It's like, you're gonna delete it afterwards? Okay, fine. But don't stop it in the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah, I do marketing for like local businesses. And there's one that I would do their live videos, because they did a lot of live videos, and it was like a family business, so they had like their like little characters. So we did it, and then we had a fallout. I stopped doing their videos for them. They wanted to take it over and do it their way, so they did it, First video, they put live music and it just goes black. Like it just ends like 2 minutes into their video.
Oh yeah.
So they weren't allowed to post video for some time because apparently they tried doing it right after again, and Facebook doesn't like when you do that. So they're all like, "Can you come back? Can you do it right? Like they're not letting me do this. Like what's happening?" And I just explained it to them, and they learned after a while.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think my whole thing was with the deleting videos or just doing like a live and not having it available the next morning, or immediately after the broadcast. Whereas sometimes I want it to be like when you go to a concert, you're not allowed to record it. You're not supposed to record it. Like you were there, you experienced it, and then when it's over and it's gone. So it's just like a memory. It's like, oh man, yeah, you want to have fun the next show or the next couple hours, the next time we do it, then they want to be there. So I'm trying to.
That's a cool idea. Like that's a cool way to put it.
Yeah, just like a concert or a movie. Like traditionally, you go to a movie and then you don't see it again until it comes out on video 2 years later or whatever, right? But now things are different. But yeah, I might start doing stuff like that. Shonda likes Dexter. Yeah, I didn't think it was in my wheelhouse, but I do like it. Yeah, you'll like that dude. You'll get hooked on that guy.
Dexter's
what's his
awesome.
name? I forgot what's his name?
Michael C. Hall?
Yeah.
Or Michael Hall?
Michael Hall.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Anthony Michael Hall from 16 Candles.
Yeah.
The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney. The Tender Bar? I don't know. I saw that story on George Clooney earlier this week, and it kind of put me off. Where he turned down a $35 million payday, a commercial, 1 day of work, $35 million, and he said it wasn't worth his time.
He doesn't need it. He's George Clooney.
God. I know, but my thing was, you know what? Do it. Donate the money to a good cause, or split it up between a bunch of charities. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I've been recommended 6 Feet Under. I must say I might try. 6 Feet Under. It's a family that owns a funeral home, and it's a comedy. It's not really graphic or overly graphic, but as they work on people that are dead, just watch it. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Sandra Bullock, institutionalized epic. Yeah, she had me hooked from that bus movie. What was it called? Speed?
That's how I was introduced to Sandra Bullock.
Right. Yep, Dexter is great. Isabel says KRS-One is a rapper, not a song. Oh, I know. It is a rap. Right. I got that. We got that. I'm so happy that Sucker Punch is on Netflix. Sucker Punch.
I love Sucker Punch.
Love the movie, love the soundtrack. Sucker Punch. I never heard of this crap. What are you guys getting this stuff from?
It was by Zack Snyder, so it has that Zack Snyder feel.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you got steampunk, zombies, dragons, fighting, lobotomies. There's so much to it.
Lobotomies?
Yeah. That's a great movie. Stars Emily Browning. Vanessa Hudgens comes out in it. There's, it's really good. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's a good movie to sit down and just get lost in it.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I was going through like a huge steampunk phase, so like that movie was just perfect for me.
So I saw the trailer for what's her name? Chloe Moretz. What's her name?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Chloe Grace Moretz. And it looked like a zombie movie. And they're running from zombies and stuff. And you look, they're not zombies. They're droids, but like zombie droids. And it looks kind of interesting. I think I might try that too. It's on. I want to say it's on Apple TV. I could be wrong. It could be. I don't remember. Just look it up.
I need to take a look for that. That sounds pretty cool.
And she's a cutie, by the way. But I was not a fan of the movie. What was that movie the cartoon movie she did last year? Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I love Tom and Jerry, the cartoon, for sure, but I was not a fan of the movie.
I wasn't a fan of the movie, but I was. If I went back to my childhood, I enjoyed it. Like, it was fun to see them. Again, I hadn't seen them in such a long time.
The one I liked was Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Oh yeah,
great movie. Pancho, good night, buddy. Looking forward to the interview with Fiona and Bailey. Let's catch up tomorrow sometime. Enjoy the show tonight. Rather watch this and what's on TV. Awesome, man. Appreciate your time, Pancho. Have a good night. Yeah, I heard Saturday Night Live was canceling their audience for tonight because people there are getting COVID now. And football games have been canceled. NFL games canceled. Too many players with COVID. The NBA canceled, rescheduled a couple of games because of COVID. Too many players out for certain teams. My Chicago Bulls were a victim of that. They've been out the whole week. They start playing tomorrow night again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. LeBron James is out. Then he's back in like 2 days. And they retested him, and then it was a false positive, is what they're calling it. So, I don't know. Something's going on there. She over her steampunk stage now.
Oh, her daughter.
Steampunk?
Yeah.
Oh,
steampunk's awesome.
Oh God. Now what is that?
It's hard to explain, but I'm sure you've seen it. Like top hats with like the goggles and carrying like pocket watches, and you can do a quick search of it. I know I have like my steampunk hat somewhere. I should have it out, but I don't have it with me right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. Interesting. Let's see, Sean. Maybe an idea would be go back to, just for example, 1975, and each week do a movie from a different year, progressing from whatever your starting point is. Put the movie title for a specific date out to your following a week or two ahead of time, so everyone has a chance to watch it, and then do a reaction show.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
I like that.
That's solid. Like start start in the 70s, and do a movie every week. Do like a month from like 1970. So like episode 1, a movie that came out January 1970, and then February 1970, and just go on until you get to current times, and then just do it all over again.
I'm digging that. Yeah,
I can do that.
I'm digging that. Good idea, Shonda.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll never grow out of steampunk. So sexy. Okay. Steampunk. God. That's not bad. Hey, Ozzy, what's up?
The second time it's been brought up.
Bam, as has happened before, I think he crashed and didn't wake up in time. He's probably still sleeping right now. So, dude works hard. He gets up early in the morning, so I'll give him a pass. How you doing, Ozzy? Dang, Daredevil, you are well versed on just about all movie genres.
I wanted to go to film school. I took film classes even though I didn't need them, and I just love movies, all types of genres, all different decades.
Have you ever been on a movie set or watched them film a movie anywhere or anything like that?
No.
Dude.
I've even made like little short indie movies, and on my Dimwit channel I made like a trailer for like a movie involving my daughter. We shot it and edited and posted it all within 5 hours. So it was just like a fun little project, and I want to like try doing stuff like that.
I was lucky enough to watch a lot of movies made in Chicago film while they were filming. The Fugitive, The Untouchables with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
There's a movie called, check out this movie if you like it. It's called The Hunter. It's on Hulu if you got Hulu.
Let me take a look real quick.
It was Steve McQueen's last movie, and he had cancer. He knew he had cancer while he was making the movie. He still did his own stunts, and then he passed away shortly after that. But they filmed that in Chicago, right across the alley from my house. I was watching this is a scene where they get up on the train and on the L in Chicago. Watched all that. What Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, they did, Code of Silence in Chicago, and Steven Seagal's movie Above the Law, all the stuff he did in Chicago. I've seen them film clips for all that stuff.
That's awesome.
The Hunter is a cool movie based on a true story of a bounty hunter and an old school guy. It's a nice little movie. It's not super.
LeVar Burton comes out in it. Awesome.
Yeah, that was shortly after or before the Roots series came out. Roots. I don't know if you remember Roots or not.
Yeah, I remember Roots.
Yeah, that was shortly either before or after that. I can't remember that if that was before or after, but. And Steve McQueen is a famous old school actor. I think that's a man's man right there. But my favorite actor was he was a cool dude, nice man too. And it's a cool movie. That huge big deal of a stunt. This was after Blues Brothers, where one of the skyscrapers in Chicago around the river, car goes off. I don't know how many stories up they are, right into the river. And that was like a big deal back then. It's like, oh, they're doing this big old stunt, and it was a huge ordeal. So yeah, I was lucky enough to watch a lot of that stuff. And the opening scene in The Untouchables about Al Capone.
Yeah.
This explosion at a bar in a corner, right at the beginning of the movie, the little girl gets blown to bits in the whole bar. I was right there watching. I was a block away. They kept us away from that. Pretty cool. Good movie. That's another good movie if you haven't seen those. Blues Brothers, The Untouchables.
Yeah. No, I would have loved to just experience it. There was one time I didn't see the film set. I didn't see anything being done, but I went and took a tour of USC in California, and they were filming Nacho Libre at the same time. They're on campus. Yeah. But that's probably the closest I've ever been to a film set.
Let's see, Annie's Wild West. Oh, there's Will Smith. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, Wild Wild West.
That's a good way to put it. I get that. Speaking of Wild Wild West, and I talked about this before, not with you. Nadia told me about a movie, the Western, but with a all-black cast. What is that called, Nadia? She's the one who told me to watch it, and I tried, and I can't get into it. I mean, I'm real iffy on Westerns too right now. It's got to be something really good, like
The Harder They Fall.
That's it.
Netflix's all-black Western, and
I can't get into it. Something about the all-black cast on a Western in my head doesn't click. And I'm not racist with none of that crap, so don't even start on me. It just doesn't. My mind can't make it work for some reason. Yeah. I know there were blacks then. I know there were blacks all over the place. But I don't know why. For some reason, I just can't. It doesn't work. And I'll try it again. But I don't know why it's not working. I can't. It doesn't compute in my head. LeVar Burton from Roots to Star Trek to Reading Rainbow. Yeah. That's LeVar for sure.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The cheese has slipped off Steven Seagal's cracker. It's sad to see. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with it, what happened to him. I talked to him on the phone once. I was in Chicago working for a jeweler in downtown Chicago. And he'd have famous people come in all the time buying expensive watches, expensive jewelry. And he's talking to Steven Seagal, and he grabbed the phone, talked to him for a minute. And that was pretty cool. That was interesting.
That's cool.
I'm not going to say what he said because it was kind of crude and rude and naughty, but it was, my
your experience with
5 minutes of fame. Yeah. At the Heart of the Fall, Regina King. Yeah. And I like Regina King and I like Idris Elba, but something about that, I'm not into Westerns, first of all, but I liked, what's the series that the HBO had, the Western, not Yellowstone.
Let's see. Oh, Deadwood?
Oh, Deadwood, thank you. Ed Wood got me hooked. Friggin' awesome series. And I don't like westerns, but I love Deadwood. It's kind of a Sopranos of the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's really good. Give Deadwood a try too. But for some reason, the harder they fall, I can't. It just, I don't know. Am I being racist?
No, it's.
I mean, because like
it's,
I'm waiting for a rap song to break out or something, or
it's a tricky. Westerns are tricky for me because they're either hit or miss. Like Young Guns 1 and 2, awesome. Tombstone, amazing. Open Range, amazing. But like, there's some westerns that are just long and drawn out, and they just don't pull me in.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Soundtrack is awesome, she says. Annie says, I get that, Manny, not being able to grasp that concept. Yeah, right? Maybe it's just because there hasn't been a lot of that in recent, at all in the movies. There hasn't been a lot of that, or any of it, and how to just put it out there. They're going to have to put out a few different movies, different people, different things to make it.
Yeah, like I don't know if you ever saw The Man with the Iron Fists.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, like that's basically a western. Like,
yeah, I know
it's basically a western, but it was such a bizarre concept because it was like all these ethnic characters, and it's taking place in this foreign country, and
and there was something about that movie was so unique that it was interesting to me.
Yeah,
and the soundtrack was good. Another great actor, LeVar, Mario Van Peebles. Oh yeah, wasn't Mario Van Peebles the guy? He was in New Jack City too, right? He was the police, their boss or whatever, the detectives or whatever. Pretty sure that was him. Mario plays a great sociopath. The actors aren't committed in that movie at all. The harder they fall. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. It's almost. I know what you mean. I think you're right.
Yeah, like maybe it was just a paycheck movie for them.
Yeah, they're not into it themselves. Young Guns, the actor, 100%. Oh, Young Guns was so good.
Like Young Guns, like they are those people. Like they're not plain characters to me. They're like those.
Yeah. Yeah, good call on Young Guns for sure.
Yeah.
Manny, you got to watch The Hateful Eight starring Samuel Jackson. The Hateful Eight. Yeah, I have not seen that. Is that good?
Yeah, it's Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, shit. I got to watch
it. Not his best, but it's pretty good. I know there's an extended version. I really don't think the extended version is needed, so you can watch the shorter one, and it'll probably leave a better taste in your mouth.
Annie, okay, it's kind of like Bridgerton. I loved it, but people of color wouldn't really be accepted as nobility. It's just history. Bridgerton. Yeah.
I could see that.
I think that's what I mean. Probably that's what's happening with me in The Harder They Fall. Anyway, I think we'll call it a night right now. A couple of interesting concepts to think about for shows coming up.
Yeah, sounds good,
dude. You can do a movie night and go on for hours. What's that whole how many degrees of bacon?
Oh yeah, 7 degrees of bacon.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or something.
Oh, that's a fun game.
we gotta try one of those once and see how far we can take it.
I played a version of this with my friends to where we would write like just a bunch of random actors in a hat, pull 2 out, and we had to try and connect them, and whoever could connect them the fastest or in the shortest link won that round. So that was pretty fun.
Oh, that's a good seat. Interesting.
Because you would have Morgan Freeman, and then just I can't think of another random actor that Morgan Freeman wouldn't be tied to, Bruce Willis. Trying to tie those two together.
Okay. How about Morgan Freeman and Sandra Bullock? Did they do something, or was it? It wasn't Sandra Bullock. It was. Yeah, I thought she was in the Spider.
Along Came a Spider.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock. Is it Morgan Freeman?
I think it's Morgan Freeman. I don't know if it's Sandra Bullock.
Or is it Charlize Theron?
Let's see.
You look that one up.
It's neither.
Really?
Yeah.
Then who's in it?
Lead actress in that one, Monica Potter, who does
Oh my God! Yes.
does look a little bit like a Sandra Bullock. If you close one eye and wink out of the other, like I could see that.
Along Came a Spider. Damn, I was way off on that one. But it is Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
It is a Morgan Freeman movie. Okay. Do you know that Monica Potter, like, she quit Hollywood? She opened up her own business, and she was trying to get on this. Remember that there was a show on CNBC called The Profit? It's like a Shark Tank kind of show. And anyway, the guy, he talks to failing businesses and he tries to help them become successful. Anyway, she was one of those businesses.
That's just like Phoebe Cates. I love Phoebe Cates. Like I still watch like Drop Dead Fred, and like she wasn't highly sexualized or anything, but she looked adorable. Like she looked very cute and attractive in that movie. She gave up on Hollywood, and now in New York she has, I think, like a bookstore that she like opened up.
Phoebe Cates, he was freaking the quintessential girl next door.
Yeah. Like everyone goes to, Fast Times at Richmond High when they go with Phoebe Cates. And I get that, but for me it was Drop Dead Fred. Like I think it's just, very girl next door, like someone you would know, at school.
Yeah. Try this one, guys. Morgan Freeman and Matthew Broderick and Denzel Washington.
What about Glory? Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington.
Yeah, there you go. Glory. And Matthew Broderick. Wasn't he in Glory? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. One movie. Linked them
One movie, and I got all three of them. That's how quick I was on that one.
Linked them all. Holy crap.
Morgan Freeman and Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah movies. Besides, wasn't she in Taxi?
She was in Taxi.
She was in
Steve. She was in Taxi with Jimmy Fallon. No, wait, he didn't come out in that movie. Never mind. Jimmy Fallon came out in that movie, but I was thinking of someone else.
Latifah was in that movie, Bringing Down the House with Steve
Martin.
Yep. She was in House Party 2. House Party 2.
She came on an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yep.
Came out in Beauty Shop.
Yep.
I feel like we're just going down her filmography right now.
Filmography, yeah. Morgan Freeman and Angelina Jolie starred in 2 movies together. Oh man, and I know I've seen it. I just can't think of it right now. What the hell movie was that?
Oh, Set It Off. Queen Latifah came out and Set It Off.
Queen Latifah and Denzel. Oh yeah, they were in that movie where he's in bed. He's like a crippled or something. Oh man, I can't think of that movie. The name of the movie. I think she was in that.
Where Denzel was a cripple?
He's like a quadriplegic or something, and he's is he a detective or something?
What?
Yes. Oh man, I gotta look. Okay.
Oh, I'm having fun with this already.
And it's 90s for sure, man. It's 90s, right? Okay, I'm looking for it. Oh, isn't it the Bone Collector, maybe? Yes, the Bone Collector. Angelina Jolie. And yep, Queen Latifah. Yeah. There she is. Yep.
That was a good one.
That was a pretty good movie too. Man, God, it's been a long time since I've seen that. Check out The Bone Collector.
Now
That'll set
everyone's
it
talking
off.
about Bone Collector in the chat now.
And then, yes, yeah, that movie, Bone Collector. Yep, a bone something. Yeah. Yes, yeah, that was good. I mean, my all-time favorite Denzel movie is it's got to be. It's a toss-up between Man on Fire
It's a good one.
and American Gangster.
I like The Equalizer.
Yeah, Equalizer is good too, but I like any Denzel movie. Period.
Yeah, like you can't really just say like one.
Even that one that came out recently at HBO. What's it called? The Little Things or something like that.
The Little Things.
With that Remy guy from.
The detective movie.
Yeah. That was good too. Training Day was good. Yeah, it was.
I would have to say that's my favorite Denzel movie.
It was
Training
good.
Day.
But better than Man on Fire? Nope.
I think it's better than Man on Fire. Man
better
on Fire
than
is awesome.
better than American Gangster, bro. Come on.
Nah, Training Day is. I guess I just have very fond memories because I don't know how, but I ended up with that movie like in middle school, and I remember watching it and thought that was like the coolest thing ever. So that's a movie I would watch a lot. So I love Training Day.
And I don't know, and I'll say not Training Day because the movie is split between him and Ethan Hawke, right? It's both more Ethan Hawke actually, if you think about it. But American
it was
Gangster,
his Training Day, but he was like he was the villain.
Yeah.
And like in the beginning, he's like the cool cop, and like he has all these connections.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's the scary villain, and then at the end, he loses everything. And
yeah, I get it. It was good. It was good, but I still have to put Man on Fire and American Gangster above that. Out of Time, that was a good movie.
Out of Time was okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, one more. She says Charles Dutton, Halle Berry, and Iron Man, and River Downey.
Robert Downey.
Robert, not River. Right? Halle Berry.
Halle Berry and Iron Man.
Charles Dutton. God, I don't know that.
Gothica. I think
Halle Berry was in Gothica. Yeah.
I think Robert Downey was also. Because I know they came out in a movie together, and I could be wrong on the title of that one.
But let's see, yeah, Halle Berry, Robert Downey Jr., and Charles Dutton. Yeah, very good. Nadia, see, Nadia's putting. She already knows.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah. Apparently, he injured Halle Berry. I think he broke her finger.
Oh crap!
And to this day, she has not forgiven him and won't attend anything that he's at.
Robert Downey or Charles Dutton?
Robert Downey.
For real?
Yeah. It was an accident on set, but she hasn't forgiven him for that one still.
Come on, it's a movie. It's crap happens. Rami Malek. Dude, I saw Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Did you like it?
Such a good movie, man.
Oh, okay.
So good. Yes. I was hooked. I've watched it 3 times since. And then I got all nostalgic and it was all sad and stuff. Because then I looked up on YouTube the actual the actual concert.
Mm-hmm.
That Live Aid concert.
Yeah, the Live Aid one.
And
on YouTube they put them side by side.
Yes,
and you could see them.
He did very good. Remy did real good. And then you start thinking about what man. He was such a good man, a good person. That guy.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah,
the
like
Equalizer. Yeah, the Book of Eli was good too. Yes,
Book of Eli was good. I know there's one Denzel movie we're missing. Because I know there's other things that I've seen him in that I'm just like, that's amazing.
Wasn't he in a movie where his son is sick and they don't want to treat him in a hospital?
I was just about to say that. John Q.
That's it.
John Q was amazing. Remember the Titans? My school had us watch that movie like every year.
Yeah. You remember the Titans? It's a nice movie for sure. Bruising, Gothica, yes. Hey, there's a content creator that can go up to 13 hours live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, especially if you still got a crowd and you're interacting with people and you got viewers, that's kind of what keeps you going to keep on going. Bruised. Yeah, it's Bruised or Bruising. I forgot what the movie's called. I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I cried on that one. He was awesome. Right? Yeah, I got emotional. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you ever hear the relationship between Denzel Washington and Chadwick Boseman?
No.
Denzel Washington paid Chadwick Boseman's tuition while he was going to school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's what caused Chadwick Boseman to be able to not be so stressed about life and pursue acting. And like, we kind of owe Denzel Washington for Chadwick Boseman. He I think it was at his funeral, like he said an amazing speech about like how he met him and what he thought of him, and even back then he knew that he was going to be a big thing in Hollywood, that he was going to be, the next big thing. So he had so much faith in him, and he paid off his tuition and everything.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that dude left us way too quick, man. It was.
Yeah,
that one made me angry too, because that dude was a natural. He was good. He was really good.
Yeah.
Yes, Book of Eli, Shonda. We covered that one. This movie is my favorite, man. You know the one: Robert Downey, Wesley Snipes, Tommy Lee Jones. That would be the second part of The Fugitive. Yeah, that's the Fugitive. The second one when he's in New York. The one with Snipes when they're after him, but he's actually innocent. Good movie. The Real Boss, 815. Think he's from Chicago. The Real Boss. What you talking about, Isabel? 815.
Oh, I think that might be the streamer.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 13 hours. I don't want to be with myself for that long.
There's a charity that does streaming. It's called Level Up. Me and my friends, we put like a team together, and we wanted to do a 24-hour stream just to take in donations that all go to, like children's hospitals and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We wanted to break it up to where we would start with, card games and board games, then work up to, like early, Atari, and then like just do like the whole like lifespan of video games, because that's the whole thing. It's like Level Up, so it's all just video game streamers and like doing streams for charity. So we wanted to start off like, basic, before video games, and then just work our way up to like modern era. It was an idea we had like 5 years ago.
Interesting.
But I mean, that's something that I probably still would want to do. Yeah, like 24-hour stream. That's intense.
Holy crap! That's I'm intrigued by that. Chadwick Boseman's last name is on the side of the train, and the harder they fall.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, interesting.
Like I feel bad because at the end, when he was showing like signs that he was getting sick, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, he's using drugs."
On drugs, I heard that too. Yeah,
like so many people were like saying all these things about him. He could have like easily come out and said like, "No, this is what I'm going through," because it was like a 4-year battle for him. But he just remained quiet on it. He didn't want that to be in the public. He didn't want, to be seen, like, oh, poor guy and stuff. Like, he still wanted it just to be an actor who he was.
Yeah, same thing with that comedian who just passed away a few months ago. Wow, he was on SNL. What's his name? Shit, I forgot. Oh my God, can't think of his freaking name. Nobody knew he was sick. The guy who did it, Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald. That one was crazy.
Nobody knew he was sick. Only one person knew and they were, made to promise not to tell anybody, and nobody knew he was sick. Nobody till the day that he died.
Yeah.
Yes, is he okay? Gonna get ready for bed. Good night, Annie. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey, thank you, Annie.
Good night. I'm right behind you. Good night, Shonda. Cool. Have a good night. Let's see if Manuel's this. Steven Seagal, Lindsay Lohan, and Michelle Rodriguez.
Machete.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, you were quick with that. That's good. Very good. By the way, he's somebody that I've been in contact with, his people, to be a guest on my show to interview him.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. Like he never turns down a role. Like he helps so many people with like indie movies and like student films. Like he'll be in it if you give him a shot. Like if you want him in it, like get in contact with his people, and he'll do it. Like he's a good guy.
Yeah, my daughter actually interviewed him. Because she's got a social media company, her own business. And when she was in Dallas doing it, she got a chance to interview him. So I'm going to try to make that happen for January.
That's awesome.
Good night, Sean. Yep, Norm McDonald. Yep. Dang, yeah, right. That was impressive. That was quick. Absolutely. There was no delay in that. It just came right out.
Because you see Steven Seagal and Michelle Rodriguez, it's action movies, and then Lindsay Lohan has like a real small filmography.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, action movies where Lindsay Lohan like comes out for a bit. It's like much at that.
No, that was good. All right. Let's call it a night, brother. 2 hours and 15 has been pretty good. Whoever's left, thanks for hanging out with us. Next time, you got to go on more often, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do, because I'm doing like maybe one show every other week.
Yeah.
I want to continue it. I mean, I will. I took myself on a shopping spree and I bought like a whole bunch of like collectibles. So maybe I'll just unbox all of those and just have a talk about them.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the Instagram lives now. There's a whole other different.
Something I should do too, because I have my Instagram Digital Dimwit, but it's like more of what's going on with me, like what I do and stuff. Like it's not really associated with the YouTube channel, but I should probably try and get that started as well. More brand awareness.
Yeah. Yeah, I interviewed this guy, Ricky Rincon. He's very involved in the Latino music and the Latin Grammys that my kid went to. Also, she was there. They were all there together. She's tied in with Sony Music Latin, and then I think he was involved in that also, and they were all there. And so I'm trying to work my way in with the people, so I can have some big names to be interviewed. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get started on that too. I used to have a website, like way before I had my persona. Like I was anonymous on a website and I would interview like local talent and stuff like that. I need to get back into that. It was called The Pop Cocktail. That's the website that me and my friend, we had the URL, we bought it. It was just, a cocktail of pop culture and what was going on like in entertainment.
Yeah.
But that's something I've been wanting to get back on. So I've moved away from, the drama and talking about specific people constantly. And that's why I'm doing like the movies now, doing like these collectibles. You could see behind me, like this is a small fraction of what I have in my collection. Like just something to have fun with.
Yeah. That's cool. I think, yeah, definitely. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. They're going to call it a night. Now it's a good time to unplug. Dude, thanks for coming out and hanging out for a little while.
It was fun.
Actually fun, for sure. And,
we all had a good time. And as always, like whenever movies get involved, like I could go on and on sometimes about those. So it's fun just to have someone else that enjoys movies that we could just bounce ideas off.
Yeah, definitely. Good show. Good night. Yep. It was definitely fun. Thanks for hanging out, Nadia. Thank you. Yes, proud of your daughter. Yes, I'm absolutely. I mean, I'm. You want your kids to be more successful than you, right?
Yeah.
And when it happens, you're in awe, and you're talking about. She's showing all the time. She shows the interviews, people she did, people she talked to, commercials that she did, and advertisements that she does, and she handles social media for all these people and all these accounts and companies and stuff. And it's like,
that's awesome.
Did something good.
Yeah.
So
definitely
proud. All right, buddy. Let's do this again. Your page or whatever, mine doesn't matter. And thanks for coming out.
All right. I'll talk to you later on.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.